Revival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
Howdy, everybody. BTM Podcast, the Revival House Revival.
This is
Revival.
why you suck, and you should just let me host the show from now on.
No, dude, you can't do that. Can't break tradition. So
tradition is meant to be, bro. Fuck tradition. It's a cult of tradition over here.
Speaking of tradition, we are kind of in the middle of a mini tradition within a tradition. The mini tradition is that we started last week honoring the late, great, much older than you'd realize, Charles Grodin. Last week, we knocked out Beethoven, the 1992 classic.
I like how I called it Beethoven every single time. Fucking, we mentioned that. I never called it it's called Beethoven. That's just the fact. But I prefer calling him Charlie Grodin. Would he let me call him Charlie? Fucking, are we close enough friends?
He'll let you call him whatever he wants, man. He's dead. I don't think he's going to contest.
I think he'll be fine with me calling him Charlie Grodin.
You can dig up his corpse right now and call him Anne Frank for all he cares. And I'm pretty sure he's just going to sit back.
I kind of want to just fucking hang out with him at Weekend at Bernie's style. Just fucking watch his movies with him. Fucking like, oh, what'd you think of this scene, Charlie? Fucking, and then I could puppet him like, oh, I thought it was a really good scene. I thought it was a really good thing.
Despite the current banter, we are honoring Charles Grodin.
Exactly.
So the Beethoven commentary turned out amazing. A lot was to be discussed about it. This week we decided we're doing Clifford, but I forgot. That's Zach's part. Zach introduces the movie. I'm sorry, Zach. Zach, tell him what we're doing.
We are doing everybody's love, that lovable fucking big ass red dog movie. Fucking, aren't you excited? This movie's existence has led to so much confusion. By the way, fucking, basically when people talk about the new Clifford movie, the big red dog, the one that looks like you're tripping on DMT, fucking seeing a big fucking red dog like behind live action shit, fucking that gets confused with this movie. So every time someone brings up that, hey, fucking, they're making a new Clifford big red dog movie, everybody assumes it's a remake, and then no, it's not a remake, and then no, it is. They'll fucking fight you. It's one of those things, and then they don't fucking shut up and not die on the hill until you fucking bring up IMDb and show no, Clifford was a Charles Grodin movie with Martin Short playing a fucking child. He's like 30 years old playing a 10-year-old. It's fucking amazing. Basically, that's where we are in fucking modern day society.
Well, I think this movie predates any Clifford-related television adaptations or movie adaptations, so fair play. Not the books. The books, I think, were much older, but...
If there is a movie adaptation, it's like a fucking like made-for-TV style kind of fucking... Like, it is not a movie that was ever in theaters at fucking Clifford the Big Red. That didn't happen. It
was an established book series for many years at this point, but still, I mean, that we're talking about a scholastic book aimed at elementary school kids versus this I guess PG-13 sort of a weird black comedy. So it's two different markets, two different audiences, so fair game. But yeah, I guess
we were both making a point, but they were different points. So fucking disregard the last thing I said and how I thought I was right about everything.
All right. Anyway, let's get into rolling with it. Are you ready? You ready to get the thing started? What are you watching, by the way?
We are ready. We got like a very shitty like DVD rip, and it's not even widescreen. This is the only fucking version I could find so that we could be able to stream it fucking to our gang into fucking Discords.
However,
it's fucking fading into the Metro Goldman Mayer, the lion and shit. You fucking, I'm lying. That's a tiger. That's a fucking tiger. But yeah, fucking, it's just mid fade in. It's a little dark, but fucking, we're gonna see it as soon as we press play.
Well, anybody that isn't part of our Discord or isn't supporting us on Patreon, because anybody supporting us on Patreon can be sitting in live right now, and Zach is streaming in a private Discord chat the movie. So, but if you guys aren't one of those folks or listening to us after the fact, it is streaming on HBO Max currently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it looks fucking glorious in pure HD.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do the countdown, everybody. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Hell yeah.
So
See, I always like that fucking pause before the second but growl. Like he wanted to assert that dominance. He wanted to put you in your place a little bit, fucking give you enough time to think about, man, I regret fucking coming and buying this toy. But then he hits you with that second one. It just fucking kicks you right in the gullet.
Memories.
Grabs you by the poo-poo, don't it?
Orion Pictures, man. Memories.
That Orion, fun fact, this movie was one of those ones that was made right around the time they were just going out of business, or not, they were filing for fucking bankruptcy. So like there was a big hold on movies they were putting out, and this one was coming, like it was just kind of fucking, it just, by the time it was made, fucking just right into that, and then the coming out of this movie was prolonged for a good 3 years, and during that 3 years, they re-edited the movie, they added these stupid fucking bookends that don't need to be here of him as an elderly person.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Because most of the movie was done in 1990. And then this, it finally came out in 93. So fucking like this shit coming up after this little, animated thing is, it's him as a priest, and he's going around basically fucking, at another home for boys, basically. And he's like the priest there and shit like that. But like, yeah, fucking, it basically, that shit was just filmed way later. Fucking, really weird. It's really funny too. You could tell it was filmed later because Martin Short aged really badly in just 3 years. Fucking, they didn't even have to add makeup to that motherfucker. He went from looking like a 10-year-old boy, as we see, because nobody questions fucking why our boy is supposed to be 10. It's just like, that's what's so great about this movie, is it's not played like, oh, he's got some disease that makes him age rapidly. It's just like, no, he's a 10-year-old boy, and nobody in the movie looks at that and thinks, huh? It's just like, it's played completely straight. Genius. Very Chad.
Really quick, take a breath. Mac actually joined the chat. He's in the chat listening. Mac, I'm just going to put it out there. If you want to join us, man, you can just hop right in if you want to. But I was saying, yeah, that's what I was telling you last week, that's what makes the movie so awkward, but also what it is the fact that nobody acknowledges it. And by the time you get through the end of the movie, you're kind of sucked in. Like, okay, I buy him as a little kid, but no, not really. You're still waiting for somebody to break the fourth wall and just acknowledge.
What's so great is I'm so fucking awesome that I was in it right away. I didn't have any trouble fucking, like, nothing pulled me. Like, the whole time, I didn't even notice it till, like, hours after I watched it. Like, nobody acknowledged that he... Yeah, I don't know. It just worked for me. I was sucked right in.
It's so weird. I think Martin Short's hilarious, and he's one of the funnier interviews. And him and Steve Martin are obviously attached in conversation all the time, and they're compadres in a sense. And Steve Martin also, if you watch interviews of him, he's always hilarious. Nobody's wittier than him or Martin Short. I've actually never been the biggest fan of Steve Martin movies, but
look right here. It takes place 2050, so that's how long they're jumping into the future. But he's, instead of aging like just like 40 or 50 years or 60 years, he looks like he's fucking 90 here. Like they aged him that much. Like they didn't even think about it. Very Chad.
Well, no, didn't you say the movie takes place in 90? Is that when it's supposed to take place?
Oh, before we started recording, you were talking about this actor here. You were telling me you thought he was attractive, right?
Okay.
No. Yeah, I just want to throw Aaron under the bus, make everybody fucking cringe at some dank jokes. But like that's a good joke, fucking.
I thought you were gonna say I was just trying to throw Aaron under the bus, make him cringe joke. But that's a good looking boy. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
I should have said that.
I thought you were going to say.
I was actually going to point out that I was proud of myself for thinking of that on the spot. Like, fucking, I kind of pat myself on the back.
He has that mid-90s JTT look, right? The slip back hair with the shaved sides, that like all the kids tried to have if you were a douchebag. It's funny, before we started recording this, I watched this YouTube channel that does this. Hey, that's our boy, Fred Savage, that watches
he's Ben Savage.
Ben Savage.
Ben
Savage, my bad. That's what I meant.
What was the joke I came up with for the fucking fucking movie graveyard one I did with
something about he Ben Savage or something like that?
Yeah, that was the punchline.
He Ben Savage?
Fucking I was like, we should call him something because he Ben Savage, and I basically fucking I forgot. Like I forgot it was.
I think Mac should become a pro wrestler and just adopt the name Mac Savage because it sounds like a pro wrestler name.
Sounds like
or a sandwich, or like a
It sounds like a gay porn star. Is what I got from it.
Dick Savage. Dick Savage.
He's gonna come and fucking put his dick in your fucking in a hot dog bun and feed it to you with some mustard and ketchup relish, all your good favorite condiments.
Dick Savage is a funny name too. But anyway, yeah, before this, I was watching this YouTube channel that I guess makes a program where it's like a whatever happened to, etc. some actor that was really big and they just dropped off. And I spent almost an hour watching this episode he did on Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and it was breathtaking. It was really well done, and it was really fun. And it actually inspired me. I'm like, man, I forgot how much shit JTT was in. We need to have.
I thought it was breathtaking. I forgot how fucking attractive he was. See, you got my mind in the gutter now. Fucking, it's amazing.
It got me inspired to possibly suggest doing a JTT exploitation because he's got enough movies. Like Wild America, who fucking forgot about that piece of shit movie. I forgot all about that movie. He's got Wild America. He's got that I'll Be Home for Christmas or whatever it is. He got have you done Man of the House, by the way? We've done that, right?
Fucking hell yeah. We barely talked about it.
Well, then we get.
I feel cheated.
I don't know if we talked.
I feel cheated.
Did we do it or did we talk about it?
We did the movie, but we didn't watch the movie or talk about the movie. We just talked about other things. That's one of those ones we need to redo. Fucking give it its just desserts. It's due. It's a amazing film.
Would it be off-brand if we did a cinema enema dedicated to the works of Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Or would that just stain our reputation in that department?
Stain it with fucking just pussy stink, like a good stain.
It's like one episode we're talking about David Fincher or whatever. Then we're talking about, what's it called? Fucking weird haircut guy. What?
Are we watching Freddy's Dead? What is this?
Oh, yeah, it does. Where's Divine?
Yeah.
Divine wasn't in that either.
Divine wasn't in it. She was supposed to play that fucking character, but they fucking our boy died before that. Fucking they were bringing him back to play Divine, which is something he wanted to get away from at the time. He took off the fucking clothes and he was like, I want to be a serious male actor now, not this character I created. And then fucking like he died right before, and it was to bring him back to play Divine. Very Chad. So it probably would have said Divine and then had his name. Like he might have been at that stage in his career.
Martin Short really sells it. Like he does. He sells it. He's all in. But it's weird. He's really selling it, and he seems like a kid, but he's almost overselling it to a point of satire because no kid is really this kiddie. You know what I mean? He's really amping it up.
Yeah, they're playing on the kind of after school special type acting where he's like, oh, don't fucking judge me. Fucking, I love my uncle. Fucking like when he first gets her. Is he playing like? Is he really sinister? Like, is he just like fucking?
And he has those weird moments of almost like Damien.
I was thinking of this while watching it. Is he like, is he technically a problem child, or does he have like he doesn't have that amount of self-realization to even realize that he's kind of doing a bad thing? Like he's just that needy and fucking innocent, I guess.
I don't know, but he has those little Damien moments, right, where he's almost evil and he kind of lets it out for a second. Like, you know what I mean? It's been a minute since I've watched it. But I think there was like those moments, right, where he just has those sinister looks on his face, like almost devious, or maybe his tone of voice changes for a split second. I don't know.
They lay the little things like that throughout for you to notice. Fucking look, it looks like they're just in front of a green screen and they forgot to put a background there. Like we're just watching the unfinished version of the movie.
Yeah, it works. It's fine. Hey, and they're really hamming it up because for some reason every little kid had to be into dinosaurs, but my girlfriend's little cousin, who's like 5, he's over right now. He's downstairs, and this kid's obsessed with dinosaurs. I'm like, oh, okay, kids really are obsessed with dinosaurs. I wasn't obsessed with dinosaurs.
Probably it's just maybe it's that young that you forget about it. My nephew is fucking obsessed with dinosaurs.
He wears nothing but dinosaur shirts. He wants everything Jurassic Park. I took him to the store, and he wanted to buy a dinosaur toy. He also likes Godzilla because it's kind of similar. But
I brought it to him like a full year too early because like a year or two ago I bought him like a fucking Lego set that came in a dinosaur head, and then when he first got it, he was like, oh, he was scared of it, baby. He's very scared, and then fucking like within a year he's like fucking obsessed with him, wearing the shirts and shit. This is like that scene from Airplane, though, where fucking you ever see a grown man naked?
Yeah, and we forgot to mention, he was sitting next to and harassing character actor Richard Kind. He's been in so much crap. I mean, you guys might know him from Spin City, the Michael J. Fox sitcom. That's what I think I know him from best, but he's been in all sorts of stuff.
Fucking dank.
This guy's kind of a Charlton Heston wannabe, this pilot. Doesn't he kind of look like Charles? Look at him. Look, he's getting that little fucking cum face he gives. Or he's like, he's getting a bad idea, right? I'm gonna fuck with all this shit.
Yeah, so basically the plot of the movie is he's a little terror, he's a little shit, and so fucking the parents just so happen to be wanting to get rid of him, just as his uncle in far away is at a stage in his life where he wants to prove to his girlfriend character that he's ready to make that commitment and have kids, and like because he buys a new house because he's like fucking he buys a new house, takes her there, you think he's gonna be great because it's like, oh, he's gonna propose to her, they're gonna start their new life, but she's real pissed. Because like, oh, that it has one bedroom. I knew you didn't want to have kids, and then he wants to prove to her that like, no, I love kids.
That old plot, yeah, that old plot line. Like, okay, well, so I'll show her.
Just so happens that fucking the parent he calls. Technically, it's funny because he's like, I haven't seen my nephew Clifford in like 10 years, but like he's a great kid, and then they just so happen to call him fucking, hey, how about we leave Clifford with you and we'll go fly to Hawaii, have a good time, and he can just hang out with you. And he's like, I need the kid to make a point to my girlfriend, so fucking hell yeah, very Chad. But look,
really quick, you mentioned
he just lassoed little Ben Savage.
That's what you do.
He's definitely gonna fuck him.
That's what you do.
He's definitely gonna. He is a priest. And that's definitely where they were going with that.
So you mentioned the bookends being pointless, but what about, you mean the whole narrative? Like even the cuts in between and stuff like that, the narration?
These don't need to be there. Ben Savage didn't have to be there. They probably just added him because like, oh, maybe he's got like some following. Yeah, maybe like he'll sell the movie fucking around the time. I don't think he was that big then.
Maybe it's also possible they felt it also helps break up the narrative. Like, I don't know. Maybe we don't think it needs to be there, but maybe they had some reason behind it.
You know what I think it was now that I'm thinking about it?
Runtime?
It was probably so they could easily set the tone and just be like, oh, this is kind of a Naked Gun, like a really absurd, like, because when that shit's falling on them and it's very cartoony, it's very like Leslie Nielsen in Naked Gun. They were probably trying to do that.
Mary Steenburgen, everybody, she's a babe. She's a MILF and a half.
I would steam her burger.
She's been a MILF for 40 years, which doesn't make sense. She's one of those people that was kind of always, I don't want to say old because that's disrespectful, but she always looked like a mom. She always kind of looked middle-aged.
You know what I want to do?
But I always want to fucking nut in her face.
I want to put my lips on her pussy and go. I just got that feeling.
Yeah.
That would probably feel good on your clit, right?
I want to crust her eyelid shut.
Fucking, I want to pleasure her. I don't see this is how us being like, I'm a certain kind of lover. Aaron is a very different kind of lover. I wanted to pleasure her. Aaron just wanted to fucking stand there and have a climax and fucking just like she would have got nothing out of that. Fucking,
she would have got. Hold on, she would have got a lot out of it because I was looking to humiliate her. You understand?
Fucking, that's despicable, Aaron. I'm the good lover. You are very selfish.
He's like, look at this. This is where I'm going to open up Newton Nose auto fresheners. Right here, a big schnoz is going to go right here in the front of the building.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to cover the whole building with like moss and shit.
Is he just playing the same character from Beethoven?
Well, that's, okay, so that brings me to a question. So did I describe the movie well enough for you? Did I get it right? Or because it's kind of hard to describe, but the way I described it was, I guess it's kind of like Problem Child, but it's more of a black comedy because the whole fucking, a little bit blacker. And then our boy, I keep wanting to call him Newton. Newton is playing Newton again, but he's not the dad. He's just the annoyed uncle. So is it kind of, did I lay it out okay enough? Because he is kind of the same.
Kind of. I wouldn't say it goes full Problem Child there, because whenever you said, like, I was a little, like, oh, I didn't get as Problem Child as I thought it would. Yeah, I guess, like, whenever you describe something as, like, more Problem Child, I just assumed there would have been more hijinks, like fucking shit where he's like, it's my party, just like that fucking block of the movie that's just, like, 3 different vignettes of him fucking causing mayhem.
So Problem Child, though, is definitely more aimed at kids, for kids. This movie isn't really a kid's movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's more of an adult's movie. So yeah, anyway.
But I would steam her burger.
Would you Charles his Grodin? Would you Grode his chode?
Fucking Charlie Grodin, I would plant them in a fucking grow a tree, fucking Grodin a tree, a den full of fucking Charlie Grodins. Fucking amazing guy.
You know what's funny is growing up in my house, like I said on Beethoven, this was the first movie we saw in our household with him in it, and because we got the VHS tape the year it came out, so this is our first introduction to him. But because of that, he is so synonymous with the George Newton character more than any other actor amongst me and my siblings. His name gets flipped up and fucked up all the time. My brothers will constantly call him Charles Newton or George Grodin all the fucking time because he's just...
He was kind of like a character actor for me. Like that guy that, I remember him, but I can't quite place his name. That guy is one of those for me for my entire childhood, basically until recently when we started doing this and then he died. Like to me, he was the dad from Beethoven, like through my whole entire fucking life until he died. That's really weird. And it kind of pains me to say that because he's good. He does dang shit. And he just wasn't one of those guys I dove into for whatever reason.
She kind of looks like Rosie O'Donnell, but not.
Rosie O'Donnell. She looks like Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower.
So
let you know who best by the hour.
It's possible that the little interludes and the narration bits also contribute to the runtime, because I think even the movie as it is now is a solid tight 90 minutes, not even a second over. So I wonder how much of those, what do you think? There's probably at least 5 minutes of those scenes accumulative or more throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they didn't want to put a feature out that was 80 minutes or something. Yeah.
And the whole plot is his character arc is that he's obsessed with Dinosaur World. He wants to go to Dinosaur World, which is in California. He happens to get there with his uncle, and he brings that up, and he goes, "Oh, I actually created the big dinosaur, the big famous dinosaur that the whole thing's built around. So yeah, I could take you there." And he was like, "Oh my God, you built that? You're here. What are the odds of that? What are the odds, Aaron?"
The odds are perfect for this movie.
Exactly.
They're what they need to be.
Plot device. Amazing.
But it's great.
It works fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great. That's right. So Richard Kind is his dad. That's his mom, and he's a little fucking terror. I love when he goes in those weird little cum dummy face eyes. His eyes cross and shit. Because apparently that's what kids are like to him. He's like, I'm going to cross my eyes. And
while I was watching this, his recorder caught my eye. I was like, man, I want to get a real recorder, like one that you got at school. Like, cause I remember like I bought like a recorder for my niece and stuff. And is that just like, are they all like that? Like you can't get a good solid fucking pitch for a note a lot of the times.
They're shit, and there's no control to it. I mean, like, I don't care how talented you are with your fingertips, it's always going to sound like ass. You can't really make a note sing. You can't really sustain a note.
Are they all like that? That's not just like the ones that are like very disposable.
I mean, it's not a fucking piccolo. You can't really get a good vibrato on those things. It's not like a flute. It's a piece of shit. It's made of plastic, for crying out loud.
That's weird because I know a lot of people who fucking seem to master it and fucking I can play the fucking song from Zelda in perfect pitch. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to the Zelda songs. The Zelda songs, there's nothing fancy about them. That's probably about as good as you can get them to sound. You could get like ocarina tones out of it.
Yeah, maybe it's just a shitty fucking instrument that doesn't have good quality. Like I was thinking of it like, oh, you get like a $50 guitar. There's a clear difference between that and like a $1,000 guitar. But like maybe that's not even there with the fucking recorders.
I see people on YouTube and stuff, gamer types that have like those ocarinas people make and sell that, emulate Ocarina of Time and shit like that. I wonder if any of those are actual quality. I'd buy one. Yeah. And blow on it for like a day and then be done with it forever. And it would just be decor.
You toot that flute?
I'd toot that flute.
I like to blow the Jew myself, which I can do right now. I'm going to blow the Jew.
So Clifford's not sorry, his uncle. What's his uncle's name? I don't remember. What is it? Zach went silent on me.
Clifford. His name's Clifford. I was blowing the Jew harp there.
Okay.
It's funny because it's known as the Jew harp or the jaw harp, but the fucking Jew harp, I was like, I gotta get that because I heard it on the fucking, the Leonard Cohen album, the second one. And I was like, I want that fucking instrument that sounds like a bunch of bugs chirping, like, boing, 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 fucking, and I had to get it, and fucking, and then now it's like, yeah, fucking, it's called the Jew harp, the jaw harp, fucking different names, very Chad.
Okay.
I like saying I blew the Jew though.
Anyway. I'm asking what Charles Grodin's name in this is. It's not Clifford. What's Charles Grodin? Is it Uncle?
It don't fucking matter. It's the fucking dad from Beethoven.
Okay. So anyway, he's not annoyed yet. We're not there yet. It's just like Beethoven. He's going to become a nuisance in his life, and he's going to be like, I got to go take this little kid to some fucking corrupt vet who needs to test some ammunition on his skull because I got to get him out of my life.
Yeah. That's the plot from Beethoven as we figured out while we were watching it. Very Chad.
That'd be funny if it was just rehashed. Like,
Exactly.
there's a guy that needs to test these new, on children.
He's basically still in his mode where it's like, oh, this kid's gonna do a lot for me. He's gonna convince my fucking hot, dank ass, big fucking Chad or Stacy. I mean, fucking girlfriend. That fucking I can't have a kid, baby. He's gonna get me some pussy. I'm gonna fucking slide him in DMs. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's funny because through a lot of the movie, fucking people are standing on boxes and shit so that they look taller than them. Like, reading that as trivia, I was like, I'm surprised they gave that much shit about detail. I would have just, like, not even cared. I wouldn't even thought of that. Like, who cares? This is not a fucking reality in the movie we're watching.
And it looked like when he was on the plane, for example, sandwiched between his parents, like he was slouching or something. He was definitely keeping it low. Yeah. Oh, look at him, this pervert. Lucky dog.
He doesn't even take this opportunity to look at her tits, though. He's so innocent.
Look at this dog, man. But he's going to finger her pussy with that dinosaur head.
Fucking the dinosaur head and like the way its leg is placed and its fucking neck and head
He's
is
going
just
to tickle her clit while
it's at that perfect position to fucking use.
Yeah. And Charles is going to be like, he walks in the bathroom. He's like, what are you doing? Let me get in on that action. He takes his shirt off.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Fucking. He's like, you ain't gonna cuck me, Clifford. I'm gonna cuck you. Fucking, you're gonna watch me, fucker. Oh yeah, you're 10 years old, not 40. I forgot.
But we can make these jokes because he's not. He's 40 in real, or whatever the fuck he is in this movie. He's not 10, so we can make the jokes. This is our chance to skate by, right?
Skate by the censors. They won't fucking. They won't be angry as long as it's technically correct.
What if they made like a Clifford porno where they got these people? Well, I guess they do that shit, don't they? They get people to act like kids.
Wouldn't that be funny if there were people gatekeeping cuck jokes at YouTube? Like, that one's not funny enough. Fucking, then they just nix your whole channel, your whole video.
Well, you know what's funny is this is why it's all the more important that we got that Prime thing set up, because we really need to start putting eggs in all these different baskets. And if we're going to do streaming and it's going to be broadcast on all the different platforms, hopefully it'll build that shit, because YouTube has been on a crusade lately, man. They just been, they'll just up and delete channels for no reason. They'll go against their normal protocol. Without warning, they've never gotten strikes. And now I'm seeing it with big YouTubers, right? And they'll make a big stink. They'll wake up and they've been banned and their account's been terminated, even though they've never had any warning shots and they've never even done anything wrong. They weren't even flying close to the sun with anything.
You are tainting this good experience right now, Aaron, bringing in this negative YouTube energy.
I'm just trying to say, though, the difference is a lot of those guys, they end up getting their channels back because they have a massive audience and everybody hashtags them and basically gets YouTube's attention via Twitter and this giant movement. And then YouTube will come out and say, oh yeah, it was a mistake on our part. You know, it was done in error. But my question is, what about people that are smaller? If that shit just happens, we can't just fucking hashtag the fuck out of somebody and get our channel back.
Real quick, everybody who's watching this movie with us right now is thinking, why isn't fucking Clifford getting his Mac on with this fucking Stacy that's standing right in front of him? And he is in love with her. Fucking, so right out of the gate, we gotta let everybody know that there is that kind of incest kind of fucking thing going on in the movie. So this is one of those movies that has one of those incest undertones, which automatically makes it better in my book.
Look at him. Yeah, no, it's funny. Well, not
anybody who's seen the movie, oh god, what is that fucking? There's a great Italian zombie movie where they were literally ripping off Fulci's version of how the zombies look, which is always the best. Like, people like criticize them, call them the flower pot zombies, but they look fucking amazing. Like, they're the best looking zombies. And fucking, there was a movie that had that, and it was like, I think they were, I forgot what it was called, but it was amazing. But they had another like 40-year-old playing a 10-year-old or whatever, and there's a scene in that where there's incest tones going on through the whole movie, and at the end he becomes a zombie and he eats his mom's tit. She like lets him suck on it. She's like, come on, I know you always wanted to Come suck on it.
Oh, that's
And he comes up and he's all zombied out, but he bites into it. And she's like, oh no. She realizes, oh fucking, he can't, he can't come through and break out of this zombie fucking mentality. They got him, and he fucking bites her titty, and it's amazing. I come every time.
and you don't know what movie this is.
It's not Zombie Holocaust. Fucking, it's Burial Ground. It's called Burial Ground.
Burial Ground.
I love it. I got it on the DVD. It's a great one.
Speaking of zombie movies, it's funny. Last night I gave Land of the Dead another watch. I don't know what it is about Land of the Dead, but I'd say more so than any other Dead movie, I have this urge to revisit it. And I don't know why, because like, well, maybe I'll like it a little more this time. And I always have the same impression. Like, it's like, there's nothing inherently bad about the movie.
You watch it, you remember the little things about it that really piss you off, like the fucking CGI, gore, blood, zombie fucking effect, and it's just like
the only thing that's bad is that priest with the zombie head flip. That looks terrible, right? That CGI, and it flips over and bites the guy's hand or whatever. And
that's
it looks.
Everybody says. I swear to God, I've never watched Land of the Dead all the way through, but it's one of those movies that you think that the amount of little pieces I have seen, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen the whole thing, but I technically don't know.
The rest of it looks fine. I think even the use of CGI is well done enough. It's darkly lit. It's fine. It's just in some of the blood, not really the gore. There's just this one really bad effect. And you ask yourself, why do they just cut this out? Because it sticks out like such a sore thumb, because the rest of the movie does look pretty good. It's not cool enough to keep. It's like, just get rid of this. It's an eyesore.
I think there could be a part of a filmmaker that fucking gets tunnel vision. He can't objectively realize that it looks like shit. It's like he sees instead of seeing it for what it is, he sees all the work that went into it. Like, do you think there are people like that?
Yeah, of course. And I think there's definitely writers, directors that get way too attached to their scripts and their dialogue. And they're also anal retentive about actors doing ad-libbing and sort of working with the material to make it their own. I mean, there's all sorts of Nazis with that shit. They get tunnel vision. But I'm saying they thought of this thing in the script. George wrote this concept. Oh, I want this one zombie to look like he has no head. And when they approach it, he whips his head up from behind him, and it like bites him instantly. They should know that, well, logistically, we can't do that. And when Greg Nicotero probably told him, hey, we can't really make this look believable. Like, I can't do this practically. Okay, do it CGI then. Somebody should have been like, hey, boss, you probably shouldn't. If we can't do it, let's do something else instead. But it looks bad. But anyway, I don't know what it is, because the movie, like I said, is not inherently bad. It's a little too pretty and glossy for a Romero Dead movie, but I don't necessarily hate that. It's fine. It looks good. It is really pretty and glossy. And I like the characters. John Leguizamo was awesome in it. He's really good in it. He's a great character. He's interesting. John Leguizamo is really interesting. He's got a complete arc going on too. And then Dennis Hopper plays a good bad guy. And like the other Dead movies, it has a political sort of social undertone about it. In this one, it's about the rich versus the poor and all that shit. It's clearly like at the time, that was during the Bush's second run, so it was very much Dennis Hopper was portraying the Republicans, and the people on the outskirts of the green, the community were
the outskirts of life within the remnant of this world. That's a fucking Gigi Allen song. I'll
say though, it doesn't feel like a horror movie to me.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing about it that's scary. It kind of reminds me of Walking Dead. And I was watching it, I'm like, yeah, this really is proto Walking Dead, because it looks glossy like The Walking Dead. It almost looks like a high budget TV show. Not in a bad way. It looks really high budget. And the zombies for the first time were done by Frank Nicotero, who went on to design the zombies for Walking Dead. And because of that, they look a lot like Walking Dead zombies. And Walking Dead zombies were influenced by Romero zombies, so they pretty much have the same logic about them. They move slow. It's all the same. So it kind of looks like you're watching Walking Dead. And then all the main cast is kind of pretty, kind of like Walking Dead. So it kind of feels like Walking Dead. Doesn't feel real. And then they call them walkers, just like in The Walking Dead 5 years later, because this is 2005, and Land of the Dead came out right at the height of zombies becoming cool again, because what was it? Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead came out, I think, the year before, and it was a big hit, and zombies were starting to become in vogue. And then they finally gave George Romero some money after decades of just saying, hey, fuck off, old man. And they gave him a budget. And then 5 years later, that's when Walking Dead came out. And I can't believe even after 5-6 years, zombies hit another peak with that. So it blows me away that zombies had this like 10-year renaissance before they petered out again. That blows me away.
This is so stupid. Like the fact that we're even talking, like that movie has nothing on fucking like Bruiser, a great movie about a guy who wakes up with shaving cream on his face, cannot wash it off. That's where fucking our boy George Romero just hit the big time. Fucking that is his magnum opus. Like the fact that we still talk about Land of the Dead is just fucking. It shows how dumb we are as a society, really.
But anyway, just to wrap that up, I don't know what it is, because it's not a bad movie. There's nothing bad about the movie. Like, you can sit through the movie. You can watch it just fine. I don't know what it is about it that keeps me from loving it and a lot of people from loving it, because I kind of always want to revisit it. It feels like proto Walking Dead, but Walking Dead ended up doing what Land of the Dead was doing, and they just took it further. As much as I hate to say that, because Walking Dead went to shit, but I think it's just,
you're tainting this experience talking about all this shitty stuff. Aaron.
I think it's unfinished.
I feel like a duckbill platypus.
Yeah, Mac feels like a duckbill platypus. I think Land of the Dead is just unfinished.
I feel like the platypus.
Slutty.
So what took you so long, Mac? What are you doing?
Too busy being a beta.
I had to do some things.
Hopefully he's recording, by the way.
Are you recording?
So what do you think of this movie so far, Mac? Fucking Problem Child on
It's
crack.
fucking amazing. It's a rip-off of Richie Rich, Jack, and Blank Check, and fucking...
Blank Check?
I don't know.
Our boy here does not like Jack. I have to fucking defend Jack to fucking Aaron all the time.
Really?
I don't have a problem with Jack. I don't think it's a great movie. It's okay. It's all right.
What is wrong with this man?
I remember when this first came out, I thought it was going to be Clifford the dog when I was a kid.
Fucking exactly.
I was like, where's Clifford?
See, we're at the scene now where fucking Clifford, he wants to go to the fucking dinosaur land, but his fucking uncle just can't take him yet. He's got so much shit to worry about, and he gets ready. He just now fucking stole a kid's fucking dinosaur uniform because he knows they're going to dinosaur land. He just snuck into the car, and fucking good thing our boy Charlie Grodin comes out and finds it. He discovers everything really quick, because that might have actually made the plot way more interesting if that would have went through.
I mean,
Now that I think about it,
I mean, he didn't steal it.
like if he had to go find the real kid because he got mixed up, and like the whole movie is the hijinks going on between the fucking family that doesn't know it's him, and he just has the mask on. That would be fun to watch.
Yeah, Mac, you are recording, right?
Is Mac there?
I mean, I don't know. He's not talking anymore. Maybe he's like, oh shit, I'm not recording, and he's going to start recording. This little fat kid jumped off the set of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Chalky Factory.
He looks just like the kid from Heavyweights, the main character.
Oh yeah, he looks just like whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
Jerry.
Fucking, yeah, Jerry. Not the race car driver, but Jerry from Heavyweights.
Yeah. Jerry, not Jerry the race car driver, Jerry the go-kart rider.
Oh yes, he fucking got his wings. He earned them. He flew, Pat. He flew.
Jerry was a go-kart driver.
So does that mean you're recording?
Answer.
I already said that.
No, you didn't. We never
I
got
said
it.
yes. I said it when you asked me.
Oh, well, we never really got a definitive answer.
Did you leave the computer for a second? Because we asked you just a second ago and you didn't say anything.
What? That's preposterous.
Our flawless podcast is going to have dead air because of you, because you were not talking. No.
You can delete it.
Did you hear us talking earlier about, we think we got it figured out, I guess, about the streaming stuff?
Did you switch it?
It's all figured out, baby. Let's not taint this movie experience with talking about this shit.
Okay, I just wanted to let him know.
This movie's so fucking wonderful, Matt. Aaron, you're fucking. We're losing time that we could be talking about this movie because you're fucking sidetracked and you're fucking deviant fucking Land of the Dead bullshit.
All right, bring us back in. Bring it back home then. Bring it back home. Where are we at?
Bring it on back home. Well, how's that song go? That song that's at the beginning of fucking what's that called? The fucking Gerald's Game. If you ever
I watched that movie one time. Why would I remember?
About leaving me behind. That's so fucking good. Oh, I would fuck the man who wrote that shit.
That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with Clifford either.
Who wrote that song? I would fuck the man who wrote that song.
How do you remember that? I watched that movie one time when it came out like 4 years ago. You actually remember the song?
Because that was the big thing I remembered about the movie. That song sounds dank. I gotta find that out.
I remember Elliot from E.T. like fingering his daughter's pussy on a park bench. That's the only thing I remember. Telling her to look at the sunset.
No, he didn't do that. That's a little too far.
Oh,
he only jacked off on her back and cummed on her back. I mean, you're going a little too far.
What are we talking about?
You were going a little too far with it, Aaron. I mean, he only
did something even more even just as disgusting, but not quite as bad. I guess.
I feel dirty, man.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I join and you guys are just turning dark.
Yeah, this commentary took a dark turn. See, Aaron, you are fucking tainting the experience again with your fucking negative movie talking about it.
I think it's my fault. I'll just go.
No, stay.
But look
What were you doing, Mac?
Look how long that fucking guy's neck is. That fucking dinosaur he's got there.
So Mac, so you've seen this movie. What are your thoughts on this movie?
I haven't seen this movie in about 16 years, bud.
Okay.
8.
What do you think of this fucking Stacy with the fucking perm?
Oh, that's the mom from Step Brothers.
She is so fucking Stacy.
And Doc Brown's wife.
And she still looks the fucking same. Isn't that crazy?
That's what I said.
That is nuts.
It's Doc Brown's wife, Mary Steenburgen. She's always looked like a mom. She's always been a MILF. Even when she wasn't old, she's always been old.
You know what's funny? Didn't she just make something on Apple TV or something like that physical show?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a physical show on Apple TV.
How's come Hollywood let her have a career, but they don't seem to like those chicks now? Like the chicks that always look like they could be in their 30s or 40s. Like kind of.
Yeah, she was a love interest, but she was a love interest to fucking Christopher Lloyd, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? It's not like, well, you know what? I think she played the love interest of Jack Nicholson, I think, in that one, like Going South.
There are so many women that get they age like wine, baby. They get better looking with age.
Yeah.
And fucking California just doesn't fucking
She's
know how to
definitely
find them.
one of them.
Yeah, like for some reason they're always just gone by the time they hit that age now.
I'm not going to lie. She looks, if you look at like the physical, like on Apple TV or like pictures of it, she's in like a fucking workout outfit. She looks good.
Very Stacy.
All aerodynamic and shit.
Hold on. It's called The Physical.
This is amazing. Dude.
Just physical. I want to get physical.
Dude, this is amazing. Clifford, he wants to get back at his uncle, so he had a recording of him, and he just called in to the place they're going tonight and made it sound like he was fucking, he used 2 tapes, 2 different recordings together, made it sound like he was fucking issuing a bomb threat. That's what you do. That's how you get at your fucking parents, baby. All you 10-year-olds listening in the fucking audience.
So, hold on. I gotta stop you for a second. So, Physical...
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it's on Apple TV. I think it's on another thing. But regardless, it's
Apple.
Mary Steenburgen's not on that. That's Rose Byrne. She's much younger. Rose Byrne is young.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like fucking maybe.
I don't know why I was thinking about her.
30 years younger.
Hold on.
30 years younger.
Mac just confused Mary Steenburgen with just another actress that is younger than she ever was in this movie. Even
Rose Byrne is currently 42 years old.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
I think she's in it too.
I looked up the entire cast.
She's not in it at all?
No, Mary Steenburgen is 42 versus she's a whopping 68. So you just
Holy shit,
gave her 26 extra years. So Mary Steenburgen.
Oh yeah, never mind. She's the mom from fucking Insidious. Never mind. I got it. Yeah.
You know how like I would fucking I said I wanted to put my lips on her pussy and go. Brrr. I also got the fucking like I really want to put my nut sack into her vaginal hole.
Okay.
Well, that would hurt, like it would squeeze, but like I want to do that too.
It's crazy. She must be using that baby blood to stay young.
Imagine stuffing like each one of your nuts one by one, like into a fucking tight pussy hole. Like, oh god, it hurts so bad. But I love
put some of that tobacco sauce on it, right there. Look at that tobacco sauce right there.
Thanks for not engaging with my fucking hypothetical question. You're just always putting a fucking stick in the spokes of our fucking commentaries.
I told you you were still talking about her.
Exactly.
And also, it's worth noting Mary Steenburgen is Mrs. Ted Danson and has been for a long time.
He does not deserve her, baby.
In the last few years, she's kind of hit that wall. And
Nope.
you can look at pictures of her even in 2010.
I like to put her up against a wall and fuck her, if you know what I mean.
You could look at her from like Step Brothers, even pictures from 2010, like that era, and she still looked really hot.
Stop being a negative now.
Hold on. And just a couple of years ago, if you see her now, she got a lot of plastic surgery done, and you could tell it's like, okay, either that caused it or she just hit a wall with the age. I don't know what it is, but she had a good run. Like I said, she's almost 70. This party really died. Fuck.
That's funny.
Zach, catch us
know.
up, man.
I think he disappeared. I think something happened.
Well, Zach's connection is kind of fucked up. He kind of goes in and out.
I just went to get a drink. I just went to get a drink.
You announced that shit, man.
That's so
Why would
funny.
you wanted me to break up everything?
Yeah, you don't say that. You just leave it out.
You just gave Max shit for doing that, basically. For like just.
Yeah, I got up to go
do.
do something. He's like,
And you're like, well, we're asking you questions and you aren't answering, baby.
It's okay when I do it, though, because I'm the fucking guy in charge of this show. I'm the main man.
You're in charge of shit, motherfucker.
I'm the leader. I'm the leader of the BTM show.
Okay.
behind the
Everybody knows
sack.
that. I'm the fucking Jason, fucking and Tommy. Aaron's like fucking, he's Zach, basically. He's cool, but like fucking, he doesn't. He serves no point. He's just the guy to dance for us. He's the dancing man.
He breaks dance wearing them hammer pants.
Exactly, Big Chad.
But I'm the MC Hammer.
He has my name though. That's the coolest thing about him. And he didn't have a finger. He had a missing finger in the show. Like you could see it every once in a while, but they tried to hide it.
I was trying to tell Zach that. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, it's there. Look at it. They hide it real well.
They knew. They were like, oh, fucking a black man with a missing finger? That will scare kids. Fucking hide that shit.
Who knew to put a fucking celery stick in some fucking a mixed drink?
A Big Chad?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a Bloody Mary.
That's fucking... Yeah, but why?
Look at that face. That's a cum face. He's got to shit himself.
Let's put a celery stick in this.
So our boy Clifford, he set up a bunch of little things to fuck with his uncle here, but he didn't do the fucking the hot sauce in the drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we learned later? That was his step or his fucking father-in-law, which don't like him.
Yeah.
Or at least he says that. Maybe he's just saying it. We don't know. Fucking there's so many unanswered questions in this great film.
I didn't do it. He seems to have inspired that Mad TV character, right? Stewart.
No.
Fuck, I remember that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of
Yeah, it wasn't that funny.
But I feel like
I found Stewart way too cringy to be funny.
Right.
I'm just saying. I feel like they owe a sandwich to the Clifford character.
Basically. But nobody wants to admit that because when this movie came out, it was shat on. Everybody hated it. Fucking Siskel and Ebert, they gave it like fucking terrible. Fucking Ebert, he said something like he shat on the fucking like the big kind of animatronic set at the end of the movie. They're like, oh, looks so shitty. Like,
I mean, it's
like that's oddly specific thing to like. It's almost like he just wanted to fucking hurt. This movie just like offended him in some way that he's like, I gotta fucking just make everybody angry that worked on this. I gotta hurt their feelings in some way.
The fictional shitty dinosaur kids park looks like shit. I mean, it adds to it, I think.
Fucking a lot of animatronic workers probably fucking like matte paintings went into that fucking yeah. Like,
why are you picking on those guys?
Yeah, like you deserve what you got for fucking losing your jaw, bitch. You used that fucking jaw to flap toxicity your entire career.
Did you go out of your way to look up
See, I think the fucking
of our city.
The guy who tried to throw like fucking the ironic fucking like gobsmack kind of things. He fucking threw that and accidentally hit Rush Limbaugh. We thought Rush Limbaugh was bad, but that fucking accidentally hit. Fucking those two got crossed. Fucking Rush Limbaugh was supposed to lose his jaw because he couldn't talk anymore. Fucking yeah, fucking the other one was supposed to hit fucking our boy. Fucking very low T on his part. This commentary really died. You guys there? Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened?
I stepped away for a second because one of my fucking statues fell. I was like, what the fuck was that?
You were just giving me shit for that.
I know.
I accidentally I was talking, but I had mine on mute because I was doing something real quick. But I was trying to talk to you, and then it's funny because we both started talking at the same time, like we both left and came back at the same time. It was perfectly planned.
That was the cringiest thing that ever happened on our podcast.
I think we've all three done it now.
That was the cringiest fucking thing of it.
I just stepped away for a second. The thing fucking fell and like made my floor rumble.
That was so cringy. We should literally rewind the movie and record over that.
I think it's hilarious.
No, really?
That was so. You made me look bad. Like I said something so funny, and you weren't there to laugh.
It's perfect.
Well, then this won't make sense when we're all laughing at you.
It's perfect. Just
you gotta leave it.
Oh, I noticed right here while I was watching it, he puts makeup on because he thinks it's chapstick.
What a dummy. He's ready to service you.
And it's so hot. I just want to kiss him.
I know.
This shot right here, the way his hair is, the way he's got fucking lipstick on and the bow tie, makes him look just like Tucker Carlson.
Really oh, wow, he does.
Nah, dude, he looks like the vampire from fucking Gremlins 2.
Isn't that funny that
Oh, yeah.
Grodin wearing lipstick makes him look more like Tucker Carlson? Amazing.
I mean, how big is your heart on right now, Zach? Be honest.
Exactly. I want to fuck him so hard.
He does kind of look like Grandpa Munster from...
He does.
Oh, I thought we were talking. Well, Grandpa Muzz, where'd that come from?
No, I was saying Gremlins 2, that guy.
The Grandpa Munster looking dude.
Yeah, but I mean, he does look like the grandpa from the Munsters.
You guys are fucking so cringe on this episode. What is happening right now?
Look, Grandpa Munster.
He's confused.
No, I'm not. Grandpa Munster's in Gremlins 2. He's the fucking vampire in that, right? That's what we're talking about. Keep up.
What?
Amazing.
You said he looks like the vampire from Gremlins 2, right?
Yeah.
That's why I said it's Grandpa Munster, and everybody's all fucking confused. Like, whoa, we're talking about that.
No, I was confused why he was confused.
Fucking cocaine's a hell of a drug. Everybody. At home.
I didn't step on his couch.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. That's not Al Lewis. I thought it was. No, that's the fucking guy from, who played this motherfucker? He was definitely modeling his look.
Aaron, you're making this fucking cringe moment last so much longer.
I'm sorry. I caught myself in a fucking error, so I gotta, figure it out.
Are you high, Aaron?
I'm high on a lot of shit, man.
I am.
Hold on.
I am fucking baked.
So am I. Oh shit!
This podcast is the greatest podcast ever. Oh my god! This is funny though. This is funny when he's all pissed off about fucking the light.
Fucking, why is the light right in my face? They turn it off. It becomes very Chad. Did Aaron leave again?
I'm here. I'm right.
What the fuck is going on? Why are you talking?
You're just not funny.
Oh my god!
Why is somebody not here if they're not laughing at what you're saying? That's what's funny to me. Like, everybody must have left.
Dude.
No, I'm wondering why you're not chiming in at all. You're just saying.
I was looking up Grandpa Fred and listening to you guys laugh like high dummies.
He's still intrigued by how much he looks like them.
Yeah, I was like blown away.
And they're not the same person as Grandpa Munster.
But it's blowing me away. Listen, but you
they
guys
look the same though, don't they?
Yeah, they look very similar, and they're
So I said that.
okay. Everybody's on the same page now. Everybody stop being lit as fuck, and just All right, so Grodin is getting interrogated. Why?
Because fucking our boy Clifford, he called in a bomb threat.
Oh yeah,
the tapes. Big Chad move. That's what you do if you're a 10-year-old and you want to get your parents ground you or something, and you want to get back at them.
That's what you did before swatting.
Or no, you locked them in your basement.
Pre-swatting.
Or telling the people at school that your parents molested you.
Daddy touched you.
Your parents molested you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
Exactly.
Can you imagine? Like, does that happen? That has to happen where there's kids that just are little fucking devils and they make up shit.
There was that episode of South Park where they encouraged kids to do that. That was very funny.
Oh my gosh.
Are you PC, bro?
PC principal.
Look at that big ass bowl of milk. Don't that just make him look like a little child? A big ass bowl of milk. They're playing with our perspective here.
The big props, yeah. Okay, so how is he gonna act to Clifford? He can't show that he fucking hates his guts in front of the lady because he needs this to work. He's gonna get him in private, I bet.
Whoa, easy.
Exactly.
I wish I could. I can't hear what Clifford's saying, but he's obviously saying snarky shit like, "Oh, did you have a nice time?" What did he say? I can't really hear it, but
it's because you're beta.
Oh fuck!
What if we could just somehow combine these universes and make the next Chucky movie take place in Clifford? What if Chucky was terrorizing Clifford and Chucky had to get into Martin Short's soul? I wonder how that would work out. Look at that. He looks like he had a good time.
Martin Short playing Andy.
Looks like a bad ending to a good movie.
If I was Chucky, I'd be trying to get into Mary Steenburgen.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
You think if Chucky put his hand on just like Mary Steenburgen's pussy, he could just get inside her pussy only? Like have his mind is in her pussy? Like, can he target body parts?
I mean, then he would have a lot of cocks going inside of him.
Exactly. That's what you need. See, what if like when you're a pussy though, that weird itch in that spot you can never reach, that the cock hits that perfect. What if that's all like fucking being gay is like fucking, it's just some people have an itch in the fucking a certain spot, the cock is perfect to get there.
Zach, for any reason at all, I don't care what the reason is, have you ever stuck your finger in your asshole? Even if it was for medical purposes, you had a big itch about 3 inches up there. Have you ever stuck a finger?
Oh, dude, I've scratched my ass in the shower. It's nice.
You ever put a finger in the ass?
No.
Like a little bit in and scratch it? Woo!
Yeah.
It's the best feeling ever.
Zach, you're a liar, man.
I've never have it. I remember Aaron told me that he put his finger in his ass to fucking while he's taking a shower to clean his butthole, and I was like, I never gonna do that.
It's not exactly how I'd word it. That's not what are you talking about?
He's like, hey, I didn't say that. Hey.
Oh, that's what you told me on the episode.
I call out.
No.
Oh shit.
Fucking that's exactly what you told me.
It's all right. I put it in there like half-inch wise. This is fucking.
Wouldn't that be great if I happen to find the episode and just lay him admitting it with his own mouth in this episode right there? Fucking very Chad.
No,
he's all self-conscious now. He's like, did I really say that? He's searching through all the archives. He's like he's doing like search word find. He's doing the combination. Fucking, did I ever say this? Very, very IT shit.
Oh yeah.
He's quickly adding a beep to all the times he said it.
Delete.
Go take a shit, Zach, and equip your bathroom, your lavatory with baby wipes. And then when you've thought you're clean, when you've thought you've wiped yourself to completion.
Baby wipes.
Listen. I use baby wipes.
That's a whole new level.
I use baby wipes to wipe my ass. Why not? You wipe yourself with this whole...
He's going from not admitting it to justifying.
No,
he's just flat
listen.
It's not even a bad thing to say.
You could have a bidet. That's fine. But if you don't have a bidet, have baby wipes, man. And so
I know what you're saying.
Get those hemorrhoid wipes. So if you're bleeding, you can clean it up.
You're all self-conscious about whether or not you clean enough. I'm not. That's why I have shit on the stains of my undies when I'm fucking done in the day. I get it.
And on a hot day, what happens, man? On a hot day, you haven't even taken a shit yet, and you can wipe toilet paper in your ass, and it's all brown for some reason.
Amazing. Good shit.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, so you wipe whatever, and
check out the brown eye.
You finish it off with like a wipey or whatever. Okay. I'm saying if you ever
a dude wipe.
If you ever a dude wipe, yeah. If you
our boy Clifford never takes that fucking dinosaur toy he has to his advantage and just sits on it and lets it fucking hit that spot on his prostate. Like he would be in so much more like good vibes if he just did that at least once.
He wouldn't be Dennis the Menace as much.
Yeah. Just that fucking dinosaur just tongue fucking punching his fucking prostate button. Just like boom, boom, boom. He's
like biggity bam. The whole fucking thing comes down.
He's coming like Sean William Scott in Road Trip.
Okay.
Fucking big Chad shit.
So he's giving him shit because Grodin promised him to take him to Dinosaur World, and he's not making good on that promise, right? And he's just like, take me to Dinosaur World, you lot, right? It's essentially
because he keeps being a little heathen and fucking shit up. So he's like, oh, we'll go later. He just keeps pushing it off. Like you never got the idea that he didn't plan on taking him at some point. It's just like shit kept coming up, but he like.
And that's why he became an asshole.
He's becoming such a fucking like he just can't wait anymore. This is like kids are like this. They're fucking little shits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I was thinking the other day? You know how people do that thing where they clap and it always makes things sound more like oh, that's something I had to take seriously, because the claps add to the fucking officialness to it. And I was thinking like, I'm gonna start doing that, but saying like really fucked up shit like. Normalize kicking kids in the fucking head, and then like people will be like, "What the fuck?" People take it all serious and shit. Like, abortion is hilarious. That would fucking like that would really like just all that shit would come
undone.
You would really get your point across even more.
Biggity bam.
That's good shit.
Now listen to me.
They're not all shit though. I took the cousin I'm talking about. I took him to a dinosaur world we have here, like a dinosaur exhibit, and they have animatronic dinosaurs. And I told him, I said, hey, if you're good and your aunt says you've been good, in 4 days I'll take you to this place. And he was good.
But if you're not, I'll kick your ass.
I said that. I said I'm going to normalize kicking heads in the kid. Start with you in the head. But he was good.
You gotta do in that specific little soft spot on the top though.
I think by 5 that's filled in.
Normalize kicking little children in the fucking head then.
Fucking head. Why are we clapping?
That was the whole point of the whole bit I just did, Mac.
Oh, yeah.
My little Comedy Central fucking live bit I did there.
Genius.
I am very Chad. The fact that it doesn't look like I'm as funny as I am because they don't laugh is just shortcomings on their part, because they have low IQs. Basically, I could simulate their entire consciousness on like a fucking floppy disk. They're so low IQ. You can run the entire operating system of Mac and Aaron on like one of two, like Mac and Aaron's cognitive abilities, floppy 1 of 2, and like that second disk is still like mostly empty, but like it needed like just a little bit of the memory on the 2 discs.
Gotcha. Hey, Mac.
What?
Mac, what have you watched lately? We don't talk enough about like what have you watched that's new, and you don't update your letterbox, so I can't stalk it and find out.
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
You're on it every time you watch something. You
I watched.
Dude, he gave Ready Player 2 a 10 out of 10. He's seen that movie. He had a fucking pre-screen.
No, it's not for the movie. It's for the book.
Oh, you're on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
That is for the movie.
But you can do books in there.
You cannot. That is for the movie.
That's weird. I didn't.
You know what?
I didn't know they had books on there.
They don't.
They do. They do.
Nope.
I'm gonna put
the movie.
I'm gonna put The Shining and see if a book comes up too. I mean, it's whatever people submit, right?
Mac has the big fucking early access screen. He saw it before it was even filmed.
You know what? That's right, Zach. That's absolutely right.
Mac made a goof. Mac made a goof on live TV.
Oh shit!
I watched a couple of things, man. I watched Chain.
I'm actually listening to The Shining right now. That's funny that you say that.
Look at him on the milk carton, though. This is so fucking. He left a note on the milk carton and then he put his picture on it. Have you seen this boy? Fucking. Oh. Remember when they used to do that? They used to put missing kids on milk cartons. What if they just don't do it now because they don't give a fuck if your kid is missing?
Yeah, I don't know why they. Maybe it doesn't. Nobody drinks milk out of cartons anymore. Maybe that's it. I don't.
No, it's because no one gives a fuck if your kid's missing. We hope your kid is missing.
No, because
we're selling them in underground pizza pedophile rings.
I like how you guys asked me about what I was watching, and we totally just fucking.
He deviated, but anyway, really quick.
I just fucking remembered. I just remembered that you guys asked me.
Zach, we have social media now, so the milk cartons are obsolete. There's ways of getting that shit out there. Now, Mac, back to you. What have you watched?
I like how I deviated by talking about the movie we're supposed to be talking about in the movie. That's very high IQ shit right there. That's fucking awesome.
It is what it is.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we don't have Mac on very much, and he doesn't come on Cinema Enema, so I never get to know what he's watching, man. Sue me.
Fucking follow his letterbox. He'll tell you what he's reading too.
So what? Tell me something you've watched, Mac. Just give me one thing.
You can put me on the spot. Clifford, fucking.
This is why I tried to fucking derive our attention, because I knew he wouldn't know. He's not like us, baby. He doesn't just have it already.
That's a lie.
Ready to read like he makes a list. Very low.
I wanted to say,
oh no, motherfucker!
Since we were last recording, I know you watched it. I finally watched Train to Busan 2, and I did it on the Joe Bob, and I really liked it, man. And I think I think it's top, like you said, top tier zombie movie. It's probably in the top 3. There's only a few zombie movies that really sort of kind of breathes fresh life into the genre. And so Train to Busan came out when zombies were not really cool anymore. It's like, okay, this is dead, but the movie itself is so good, you kind of just look aside of that it's a zombie movie. And I just
look at that mullet.
Yeah, it is pretty rad.
Amazing.
Shaun of the Dead was the other movie in 2004 that kind of did that. And then Dawn of the Dead, the original. Those are like the big 3. I mean, but it's really good.
Have you walked into a Walmart recently? Have you realized that the mullet is officially back?
Oh, I was going to say Mac spends time in Walmarts, but I'm not going to,
the mullet is officially back, right? It's safe to say.
So was Russia really behind in trends, or are they ahead in trends? Because I always talk about Russian guys having mullets and wearing Cosby sweaters. Are they just forward thinking and they're just beating us to the punch when it comes back?
Fucking very Chad.
Cosby's on the loose, by the way. He is back out of jail, and so I don't know.
Why is that again?
There was something. Something in appeals. They determined that his case wasn't presented fairly because of something they brought to the original trial. That it was bullshit, but technically they got it on a technicality, so they had to let him go.
What if he actually admitted to doing it during the trial too, though?
I don't think he ever did. He wouldn't have had a trial.
I thought he admitted to using Quaaludes once or twice. Isn't that what? Like, oh, I didn't like. If you got to use a Quaalude to get a chick into your room, that's drugging them to have sex. Isn't that? I thought he admitted that.
Well,
or did he not?
I don't know. He served a little bit of time, but he had all these things stacked up against him, and maybe it had something to do with all the other supposed cases and the people they had testify and shit. It was presented as somehow not being fair, and they deemed that the case, and they just let him go early. So, I mean, like he served like what, 2 years?
Subliminal criminal. That's a song.
So this guy's moving in on the Grod's girlfriend.
Exactly.
And wait, so she's actually dating him though? Why is she going on a date with this guy? Or is that the boss? Is that the boss like trying to creep on her? Yeah.
That's the boss. He's trying to get shit out of her. So, I mean, this is that part of the movie where they need him to see her or her to see him engaged in a fucking situation that breaks them up for a little bit so that they can get together in 5 minutes. So it's that part of the movie. And so, like, yeah, he sees her, thinks that she's like fucking macking on the fucking the company boss. And we talked over a part where fucking Clifford got fucking Grodin in trouble with him because like they mentioned, oh, he wears a wig while he wasn't there, and then he comes out and he's like, oh, you have a great wig, and he's like, I don't wear a wig, and he fucks it up for his boy Grodin, but like fucking yeah, we're gonna see he's got a wig later in the movie. Was that fucking Kirk Cameron that just fucking stepped behind her?
I don't know. No. Remember when you could smoke in restaurants? Isn't that weird that was just 10 years ago or something like that, where those laws went into place?
Exactly.
Feels like something that was only around in your great grandfather's day, but no, this is literally just 10 years ago when you could still smoke in restaurants and shit and hotel rooms and stuff.
We like to think we've got so far, but like fucking it's just like it's just our parents' fucking generation that was alive while fucking like segregation was alive. It's so fucking weird to think about.
Well, so it was my generation and your generation where they were still smoking in restaurants, but I think it was my parents' generation when they were still like lighting up in the teacher's lounge and smoking in bathrooms and shit. And it was probably my grandfather's generation when you could smoke in government buildings and just light up at the post office, you know? You watch those really old movies and people are just fucking smoking when they're standing in line somewhere.
Exactly.
To get a DMV. It's pretty interesting.
When I'm president on the communist platform and I fucking legalize weed and I make fucking not only do I legalize weed, but I force everyone to smoke weed and make it mandatory. Like that shit is not like that's some shit that it's all gonna be fucking in the fucking smoke, baby. We're gonna be living. We're gonna be living. Communism wins. # Fucking the workers deserve to pwn the memes of reproduction. Fucking all the slogans. Fucking vote for me. I approve this message.
Exactly.
But our boy Grodin, he's at his lowest now. Fucking, he is girlfriendless. What? He is kidless. He has nowhere to put his dick and fucking squirt that nut all up in.
Oh, hold on. Do you realize how wrong that sounded? What you just said?
Yeah, I should have said that after he is girlfriendless and then added he is kidless. As an addition, like after
it was still no. That's the way I still took it. Don't worry about it. It was still effective. So he's kidless and girlfriendless, and he now has nowhere to stick his dick into. That's
amazing.
That was gross.
He's voguing right there. Look at these dank dance moves. He's gonna do the Watusi. I like the Watusi. Do the Watusi. Dance the Watusi like it was a sin.
Okay.
What's the one where you put like both your thumbs up in front of your chest and you like to the left, to the right, shake it?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about. Does that actually have a name? Remember the electric slide?
Oh, that's like shit they were doing in fucking Brady Bunch movie.
Dude, yeah.
Fucking that scene.
That Tootsie Roll. That Tootsie Roll.
When we were in
Slide
elementary
to the
school, when you guys were in elementary school, in gym class, did they have the dancing segment where you're doing like square dancing? It's like, okay, we're going to do dodgeball segment. We're going to do the football segment, capture the flag segment, basketball, all this physical education shit. And then like, it was almost as if it was a requirement to do square dancing or something.
Why is it square? Why not just teach us how to dance? Like fucking why square dance? Like fucking are you like, is this some weird fucking redneck fucking fuck your cousin like shit we have ingrained in us? Like we can only do square dancing around here and little do-si-do, grab your partner. Like what the fuck is it?
Because they can kind of justify it as some kind of movement. Because what, are you supposed to slow dance and like grab asses and stuff? And you're not really moving.
Teach us to real dance. Teach the chicks how to fucking bump and grind on their fucking cocks. While we're like,
can you imagine fucking 9-year-olds? God, dude.
Fucking, that's what we need to teach the children. See, I believe the children are our future, and just let their lives minus what we were like as a kid.
Hey, this looks even more like Freddy's Dead.
Hell yes,
it really does.
He's drawing the devil horns on our boy Clifford. This is basically like in Problem Child, where fucking John Ritter's like, "So long, Junior. So long, Flo. I am so glad to see you go. $150,000. You can keep up."
I love it.
Fucking,
he liked me.
That would have been great. That would have been great to have a Problem Child and Clifford fucking conjoined movie, like for the third one in the Problem Child series.
This whole time he liked me. I think they should just make a Problem Child 3 and cast Martin Short now as Junior and just let it fly.
Oh, I would do a big cum.
Look, he's all ready for you, Zach.
Exactly. See, look, he ties him up, or he's already tied up there because fucking our boy Clifford had a house party. He fucking just got into a house and fucking just threw a big old ball, and some fucking guys fucking tied him up and left him there. And then our boy Charles Grodin, he's just like, fuck him. He starts nailing the door shut. Big Chad.
That would be fucking funny if the guy who played Problem Child fucking came back as like the dad and adopted a kid.
I had come.
And he's just like, as an adult narrating, this little fucking kid.
See, look, right here, he's looking up internet porn. He's going to use the fucking cord on the fucking telephone.
In 1990?
To wrap around his neck while he's coming and he's jacking off. See, this is a murder-suicide. He wants fucking Mary Steenburgen to come there, find him locked up, tied up in the fucking room, and then, like, fucking bolted, nailed shut, and then Charles Grodin's going to be just found dead with his fucking pants around his ankles, hand on his cock with the fucking quarter of the telephone wrapped around his neck.
Okay.
It's good shit.
Anyway, yeah, I like that. Did you just do Problem Child with Goat, or were you on that, or he just did it without?
I just did Problem Child with Goat. We need to do it for Mac and Zach too. It's gonna be donk.
Can't have enough Problem Child, I guess.
Fucking top fucking 20 films of all time, at least. Problem Child 2, I like even more.
Isn't it really stupid, the fucking prune?
It is. It's just there so that fucking the bow tie killer has something to fucking shoot at the end. Fucking, it's funny because I used to watch part 2 and be like, why doesn't he bring up that prune? It saved his life. And it's like, because the prune's only there as a fucking plot device. Very Chad.
Do you think Michael Richards got the job on Seinfeld based solely on Problem Child? No, wait, he was on Seinfeld already. Never mind.
Exactly.
Like, we love doing Problem Child. You got it.
We like that fucking haircut you got. Look like a fucking cock with ears.
Look, a feast.
Amazing.
Have you actually?
He's laying it on to Mary Steenburgen now. That fucking Clifford's the one that's been responsible for all this shit going on. She doesn't believe him.
How could you blame this sweet boy? Yeah, this whole angle.
We needed the scene where she takes him and fucking sucks his cock.
Oh God.
Turns into a fucking porn. I jack off until I cummed.
That look he gives.
Our boy Martin Short. What's your favorite Martin Short film?
I mean, so
I love him. I love him in Drop Dead Fred.
What?
He's not in there.
I always think the guy that plays Drop Dead Fred is him. I don't know why.
He looks the same though.
Nothing like him.
Kind of looks the same.
Nothing like him.
Yeah, you're right. They don't.
Nothing like him. He wishes he was starring alongside Phoebe Cates in that movie.
I do too. I posted a picture of Phoebe Cates doing her fist up, and I was like, dude, I would let her fucking fist me right there.
I saw that picture. It looked really good. Yeah, I liked it.
Fucking Stacey.
And she still looks good for an older woman, you know?
She looks fucking amazing, and Hollywood isn't fucking on that, like fucking giving her roles still. Very low T.
I mean, I beat off to the fast time scene like everybody else at some point.
I fucking I took the tape out. Like, I wanted to one up everybody. That everybody jacks off to the scene. I want to fucking come on the tape. I'm gonna open the tape up and fucking come on the spot where that happens.
You time it
and then just
to where you finish when it cuts back to Judge Reinhold jacking off on the toilet. Because
I want everybody that rents that tape from now on to fucking have to clean their VCR heads every time they watch that film. Because my cum is like gooping up the fucking heads in your fucking VCR. Fucking gluing shit in place, so now it won't even fucking take the tape, won't even eject it.
that's a good point. That's fucking gross. Back when you had, skin flick rentals and video stores and beaded curtains, like all the germs that are on that shit. Just videotapes in general, man, because the dad that's renting Problem Child for his kid, he's also got in his other arm a porno for mommy and daddy later that night. And it's just...
Do you ever do that trick where you get one of those free, like family video where the kids rent for free? You get one of those tapes and then you put like a little piece of tape over the copy protection thing, the little thing that the tab is taken out of on the left side. And then you can record on
yeah.
And then film like a hardcore porn of just fucking pussy getting pounded, like, and then take it back to the video store. And you always got to do it with the ones you know the kid. I've never done that, by the way.
Brave little toaster lamb 4 time, and then it's just like gay porn.
I've never done that.
Fucking ruin some kid's life.
I never thought about that, but yeah, I mean, you could easily do it. It has to have happened. Somebody's had to have done it.
That would make their life better. How would that ruin their life? They would know about that shit so much earlier. You know what's funny is I saw a porno way too early for me to see one, and it just grossed me out. I was like, ew.
No, it's the reason why you are today. I mean, that's what happened. You watched that shit too young.
What the fuck are they doing?
Let me guess. Was it mommy porn?
No, it was like a fucking orgy scene. And I remember it had like very close in pussy shots, like picture of the tongue licking.
Yeah, the ones I've seen were always like fucking.
That was like, ew, they're like licking a stab wound gash. That looks so gross. And I didn't want to watch them.
What is all that hair down there? What the fuck? That's weird. Look at that bush.
To be fair, yeah, not all pussies are created equally, so you might have gotten a raw deal on the first one.
It was always roast beef with the fucking. I'm like, why do they have this? What is this?
Yeah, like, I mean, depending on your first pussy,
this looks good. We're seeing Dinosaur Land now. So now fucking our boy Clifford's in a straitjacket. He's taking him finally to see Dinosaur. And by now, Grodin he's completely flew off the handle, and he's gonna fucking basically
murder him. He's gonna murder him at Dinosaur World.
He's gonna make him go through the ride multiple times, speeding it up. Isn't it a good thing that in the movie universe they make these rides and put like a lever to like, oh, super fast,
hyperspeed, unsafe.
Exactly.
Makes no sense. Hey, I was going to say, so when I was a kid, we didn't have easy access to stuff like pornography. So it's still coming from the days of, your buddy down the street got one of his dad's porno mags and he invites all your friends over to just kind of like get a peep at it. It wasn't easy to get that shit. So you really didn't, at a certain age, you didn't know what certain things look like. You could watch Skinamax and you could see boobies and titties, but you never really saw like up close stuff. Like what's a pussy really look like?
It always just looked like they were rubbing each other weird.
Yeah, you don't really know.
But you wanted to watch it though. Me and my cousins would like wait till our babysitter would be like doing something, and then we'd change it to Skinamax.
Really quick. See what I mean by like fucking that critic guy was just trying to like fucking hurt feelings here. This is like the most extravagant kind of like fucking painstakingly like handcrafted kind of designed part of the movie. This big fictional fun land he's taking them to, and it's like he made sure to call that out. Like that looked like shit, especially. And it's like
it looks believable.
Did somebody on the set that worked on this part of the movie like fuck his daughter or something? He was really pissed off about it. He's basically pulling a Charles Grodin. He's like fucking, he has that smile on just like him. Like, I'll just say I didn't like the fucking scene that took the longest to film. Fuck them. Big low T motherfucker. Charlie Grodin, not. But fucking Ebert or whatever. I forget his name all the time.
Roger Ebert, the dead one. Yeah.
You want to know a weird movie take he had that agrees with a weird movie take I have? He thought fucking Monkey Shines was a good film.
He doesn't make a lick of sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. He hates. It's okay not to like movies, but even me, if I don't like movies, I'm not going to be Corey G and straight up give Exorcist 0 stars out of 10.
What are we talking about?
Roger Ebert would do that sometimes. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not that bad. I can, hey, that's like fucking Terry from Pee-wee.
Fucking Terry. Where's Cherry at? Fucking, I want to sit in Cherry.
I feel like I'm watching Hellraiser 2, right? It's like this backgrounds and these landscapes.
So it rivals the fucking like set design of Hellraiser 2, and he's fucking shitting on it. It's just like a little kids movie or like a goofy little comedy that like this is just like the third act part, and they put that much careful fucking everything into it. Like very low T on his part.
I never got around. I was gonna say about all that porno talk. Yeah, you didn't really know exactly what close up like a pussy looked like if you were a guy, and I remember one of my brothers, I guess, saw something before I did, maybe at a friend's house in a magazine or something. Anyway, we were really young, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, it's like got a snake coming out of it, like a tube. I'm like, what? And then as I got older, I realized, oh, he must have saw some fucking beef curtains. And, I got the mental image. That must have been what he saw. He must have saw a really gnarly looking pussy or something.
He saw it spread out, and he thought of like the way they spread the fangs out when they're like pulling out their venom. Like I can kind of see.
Yeah. He must have, and big old roast beef curtains. And right. He saw a certain kind of pussy up close. And
the way the clit is there, it kind of does look like the two little fangs or something like the.
And I thought that like for a couple of years, I'm like, it's got like a fucking tube that comes. That's weird. Like, does a tube come out and suck your dick? I don't understand what's going on. But yeah,
this is a fun little shot right here.
Yeah, I think it looks cool.
Turns around.
I mean, does it not look par for the course for 1990? This is about as good as it got in 1990.
The fucking dinosaur face looked even scarier when it was like animated. Now it looks very much like a toy.
Stop motion shit, like a costume.
Big toy.
But it works because it's supposed to be for kids. Like, he designed it, and it's like a fun place for kids. Like, you don't want to make the dinosaurs too scary.
It fucking talks to you, man. That's like an acid trip.
How does he make the laser actually shoot like this? That would be hard to do with 80s technology.
Yeah, what the fuck? It actually operates and it fires. Because that's safe.
Fucking it. It's really the robot's not even there. It's a screen, and you're just watching a big movie projection, and you can only shoot it for a little time, and then it just shows a fucking a laser shooting.
Mm-hmm. So
all very five-head shit if you think about
it. To be totally fair, this looks like the raddest kids ride ever. That doesn't really exist. Like, if this was in the real world, it'd be awesome. As an adult, I'd ride this like 5 times because it had the dips. It had a roller coaster. You got real laser guns. You get to shoot giant animatronic dinosaurs. I mean, exactly. Pretty cool.
So now he's just basically, he liked it. So now he's pissed off. He probably just, I'm going to make him watch it over and over again until he gets so fucking bored of it. This is like his torture, basically. But then he keeps making it go faster, and eventually the ride is malfunctioning, and fucking he has to debate whether or not to save him or not.
It's pretty funny.
And it's funny. This is one of those movies too where like it doesn't have like a happily ever after. He like for a long time just like, fuck off, I never want to talk to you again. But then he finally forgives him like years later. That's kind of how it ends. It's kind of funny.
But yes, this is where the movie's a little darker than something like Problem Child, because there's actually some maliciousness going on between him. Like, he almost kind of, I mean, he could die on this thing. Like you said, he starts putting into unsafe speeds and shit like that. He wants to torment this kid. And that's kind of sadistic.
This is probably why they eventually went with a fucking grown adult playing the kid, because they knew, like, we can't do like with a kid and actually
against a kid.
Get super mean-spirited with it. So yeah, we should probably, so then like, oh yeah, then it becomes a comedic kind of, like, we'll get a comedic actor and we'll just play it like he's a little kid. It'll fucking be funny.
Who? That's pretty scary. Who wrote it though? It almost seems like it could have been something concocted by Martin Short.
Apparently, by the time it came out, the writers were embarrassed with it and had their real names taken off of it because of the way they edited it and everything, or something. So the names on the movie are fake names. But it was two guys.
Stephen Campman wrote this movie under an alias, just like our boy in Beethoven. Wonder why he had to do that. Let me see.
I just told you he took his name off because he's embarrassed by it.
Oh, he was embarrassed. Let me see.
By the final edit.
Why?
Why not?
Yeah, the film was shot. Film was shot in 90. Didn't come out till 94.
It just means that his original maybe what they originally filmed could have been a better cut.
Roger Ebert gave it a half star out of 4 total. He wrote the movie.
Why 4? That's how you already know he's a fucking idiot. Only 4 stars. Why 4?
But 4 is how much? That's the max. He only gave it half of a star, though. He said the movie is so odd.
No, out of 4, like instead of 5. Usually 5 is the max.
Isn't it 4 on Joe Bob?
Yeah, fucking Joe Bob adheres to the same fucking low IQ standard. Why you do that, Joe Bob? You need to fix that.
Probably because they're just going off of, I don't know. Doesn't matter. It works. It works, man.
Fucking 5.
It's just you're so used to like Letterboxd. Letterboxd is throwing you off. Letterboxd is the one that's not conforming. But it's been 4 stars since the dawn of time until Letterboxd came out. Now it's all fucked up. Now when you're talking about ratings, you're like,
what are you talking about? You go on iTunes, all the fucking stars are 5 stars.
I don't go on iTunes, dude.
So that's the fucking standard. It wasn't 4. You're mixing it up.
Okay, so hold on. He says the movie is so odd, it's almost worth seeing just because we'll never see anything like it again. I hope. Gene Siskel gave Clifford 2 thumbs down. They both gave it 2 thumbs down. What? And they said, particular criticism went towards Martin Short's casting as Clifford. I think that's the whole movie. Ebert said, Short looks so weird that there's never a moment where you can stop gawking at him long enough for the character to gather up any momentum. Siskel agreed, stating that Martin Short looks like a wizened little dwarf and referred to his character as very unhappy. Despite the broader negative reception, Clifford has since garnered a reputation as a cult classic. I disagree, because like I said, I never disconnect and I'm looking at Martin Short, but I get lost in it somehow. It's the whole movie. I can't imagine if this was like a kid playing it.
Exactly.
I think it would be more forgettable.
So like this part would like fucking dying from that.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking terrifying.
That's fucked up.
It'd be amazing. That's a great way to die.
It's really dark.
And I like how, why is all forgiven because he saves him? Like, you kind of got me in this mess. You tried to kill me.
It doesn't. He doesn't forgive him for a long
that's
time.
Right. Look at that. Can you imagine? Yeah, that thing.
And basically, he doesn't even invite him to his wedding. It's the fucking Steenburger invites him behind his back, and then he kind of deals. It's kind of funny how he doesn't forgive him until he has to, because he's just there. Like, you could tell they were like, let's write it like it's not a happily ever after ending. It's like he really hates him after this. This is funny.
He's not even apologizing. Like, hey, I'm sorry, man. Please don't tell the cops. He's still insulting him. Like, everybody hates your guts, dude. Give him some long hair and he looks like Dave Mustaine. Martin Short.
Holy shit. What if it is him? What if he just fucking puts on a mop? And it's just like a fucking what's that called? Fucking performance art he's been doing, but nobody's noticed yet.
He's been having a dual career, yeah. Well, Martin Short's much older, so that doesn't fit.
He's like, I'm sitting there doing interviews where I'm crying, talking about Metallica. How hasn't anybody picked up on the fact that this guy isn't real yet?
Okay.
This is a big troll.
All right, so we're back to Ben Savage.
I cry about Metallica too, though.
So what's the lesson again? Is Ben Savage like playing a prank and he's like, let me tell you a story about another little piece of shit? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's kind of written in there really clumsily.
Now, that would be the ultimate dark ending if you get to the end and the final bookend. It's like, oh, that's why they put all the shit in here, and he does fuck him.
Am I a curly-headed fuck? Yes, you are, son.
Hell yeah. That was all just to butter him up.
You're a curly-headed fuck.
It's gross.
And you can't even play basketball. Why do you have that thing? You fucking suck.
hold on. Okay, this is what did your uncle ever forget? What's he saying?
He's basically telling me he wants to fuck him. Like, I became a preacher, so I could.
Oh, I used to play football in my days.
Mac is ruining our commentary.
No, no.
Motherfucker. He's ruining it.
Fetch. Nice pussy.
Look at it. Look.
Very nice pussy.
He looks like fucking.
But you do realize that's prosthetic, right? That's not really what he looks like.
Oh no, that's what he looks like now. It's crazy.
That is him. That's he's playing Eddie from fucking Iron Maiden.
Oh, I thought you meant Eddie from like Whoopi Goldberg Eddie.
No, Eddie Furlong.
Eddie Furlong looks fucking worse, to be fair.
Yeah.
See, look. Oh, finally I got an invite from Mary Steenburgen invited him. And he's just like,
Why would he be the ring boy? I mean, the ring bearer.
Why not?
Because isn't that usually...
Because he asked if he could be at the beginning of the movie whenever he pulled out the ring.
Oh, look at him. Oh, he's like, yeah, give it to me, daddy. Lay it on.
Fucking I would let Charlie Grodin kiss me.
And she's like, do it. I don't want to... Why? How awkward is this? Yeah, I'll kiss this little boy.
Mount me, stallion.
Dude, I was dying laughing at that thumbnail.
He's weird when he smiles.
Yeah, he is.
Because he always has that fucking I'm pissed off look. So when he smiles, it's just like...
That was basically, he got typecast for a couple years as the let's fuck with dad actor. Like the movie about a dad who fucking gets pissed off about stuff.
I think...
I'm surprised they didn't use him for Dennis the Menace.
This and Beethoven. Well, he doesn't look like Mr. Wilson. But this and Beethoven, like, what else was it? It's just those movies were so out there in the ether. I mean...
There was a couple other ones.
How many Beethovens was he in?
2.
Before they made like 20?
Yeah, he was in 2, and then they cast Judge Reinhold as his brother we never knew existed for the straight to video. And then they started casting that guy from Weekend at Bernie's. And now they're just like spooky buddy movies. Like you go to Walmart and they come out like a dime a dozen every year, and it's like,
yeah, fucking buddies.
It's basically like now that's what I call 83. It's like Beethoven's 22nd.
They're like Beethoven's fucking pirate adventure, and it looks so fucking shitty, and it's like, what?
I'm a pirate.
It's kind of like the MPVs with the monkeys.
How was that dog still alive?
Yeah.
It was whoever they cast to play Beethoven. He had a long life. They're lucky to still have that original actor because of course they wouldn't just recast him if he died.
I know. So Zach, what did you see? You just watched this for the first time in prep for this. What is your overall opinion of the flick? I never thought you would like it as much as Problem Child. I wasn't saying that, but what do you think of the movie?
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Michael Sexton.
I was kind of hoping I liked it more. Maybe I will. Maybe it'll grow on me though. Fucking people say that fucking it grows on them.
I don't remember what I gave it. I'd say it's probably a solid 7 if I remember correctly.
You gave it an 8. When
did I?
saw
okay.
It on there.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's one of those things. My ratings never stick though. It's like, I might watch this down the line in a couple of years and I might be like, it's more of a 7. But I've done that before where I've gone up, I've gone down. Part of it's the mood I'm in when I'm watching something, so.
You were 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor.
Gonna get up, get down. Gonna get up, get down.
For example, I don't know if Train to Busan's a 10, but when I watched it the other night, it was feeling like a 10 because I really enjoyed it. And
I thought it was top tier zombie movie, but I'm still just kind of tired of zombie movies. I'm like, it's good for a zombie movie. Fucking.
I haven't seen the what's the new one?
Well, Peninsula, I didn't know Joe Bob when he dropped those facts on us. I didn't know that was the case because I wanted to see Peninsula, but he was talking about how it was just like pressured and he rushed into writing it and directed it and it's shit. And then I started looking at the reviews for Peninsula. I cheated because I normally don't like to do that. And yeah,
well, people still say it was a good movie.
But I mean, like if you look at stuff like Letterboxd and stuff, they're not the same review averages. Train to Busan's upper like 8 to 10, and this movie's like 4 to 6. So it's probably.
So you haven't watched it?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I thought it was fine, but then like the ending, it elevated it another star for me.
Oh wait, you're talking about? I thought you were talking about Peninsula. I'm talking about Peninsula. I watched Train to Busan. I haven't watched Peninsula yet.
Yeah.
I thought everything about Train to Busan, it moved really well. I mean, I've never seen a zombie movie it was basically a K-drama with zombies. It was a drama, it was not, it just did it really well. It married the drama with everything really well. It wasn't scary, but it was suspenseful. It was action. It was everything. I thought it did really good. And yeah, the ending was, and it was so funny because I got the lady into Joe Bob. Like now she actually likes Joe Bob, and she never knew who he was before. She's like, oh, let's watch Joe Bob, or sometimes she'll call him like Bob Joe. She can't get his name straight. And I'll be like,
you really need to up her fucking wage for playing your girlfriend. Holy shit.
But anyway, when she laughed when Joe Bob said, because Joe Bob preps you for what you're wanting to watch. Like, okay, and here's the finale, epic finale of Train to Busan. And if you don't cry, what do you say? You're dead. Check yourself for zombieism. And she kept talking at the ending. Did I cry? No. And she said I was dead. And Joe Bob did. He said I was dead too. I was feeling it.
I had a tear.
I was feeling it, but I actually didn't produce any perspiration from my eyes. Any sweat.
Because your T is too low.
I didn't produce any eye sweat.
Your body has this weird counter reaction whenever your T's too low to not do anything that could be perceived as girly. So like,
it's one of the no. I've shed tears at certain movies. I think what it is it depends. If I'm particularly in a certain mood or something's going on in my life and I watch Train to Busan, maybe I would have been more pushed to actually shed a tear. But I was in a really good mood and I was feeling it. And I don't know. I couldn't quite cross that line. But the movie's great. It was really, really good. I would own it if.
It's a lot different if you have a daughter.
I get it. I'm not. Why do I got to defend this? Sorry. I'm telling you, I wanted to. I get it. I see what everybody was saying. I was like trying to look at them like, I'm not dead. It's sad. It's very touching. I'm like, for some reason, I can't push a tear out, but I was feeling it. I was like, damn, this is very dramatic. And yeah, I mean, it went kind of hammy. It kind of went heavy, right? It's like the flashbacks of him and the daughter and the born and the feet. I'm like, okay, but they did it well, and the ending was really, really good.
You're too cynical to fucking see it. Fucking the fact that you thought it went hammy was just it ruined everything for you.
No, I loved it. I'm saying I loved it. I just physically couldn't push the tear out. It's kind of like I wanted to take a shit, but I couldn't make myself go. I was in the presence of other people, and I got stage fright. I don't know what it is, whatever.
Beta,
but.
Very bad.
Anyway, dude, my lady will cry at anything sometimes. It just kind of depends on like hormones or whatever. Dude, we were fucking watching
because you don't pay her enough.
Listen,
you gotta up that wage.
Listen, so when she tells me, oh, when she tells me I'm gonna cry, when she tells me, watch out for this ending, like you're gonna cry, I'm like, okay, I can't necessarily give that much stock into what she says because no shit, she cried in the first 5 minutes of Flubber.
It's a good ass movie.
When Flubber starts,
Why
right?
she?
No, when Flubber starts and he leaves Marcia Gay Harden at the altar again, and we realize, okay, he's this fucked up guy that can't commit, and she comes over and breaks up with him. She starts crying. This is 5 minutes into the movie, 10 minutes in the movie, and I'm like, are you seriously crying at fucking Flubber? It's not even the end of the movie, but it's hormonal. So like I said, maybe
it's so sad.
If I was like going through some stuff or I was a little bit more hormonal, I guess, if guys can get that way, and I was watching Train Busan at the right time, maybe I would have shed a tear. It was sad.
It's pronounced Busan.
And you know what though? You know what really sold it too? Dude.
It's pronounced Busan.
It's bussin'.
Listen,
it's pronounced bussin'.
Bussy.
What really sells it though is his daughter, dude, during that scene. She give that chick a Korean Oscar because like her screams for daddy with the music and him, all of it mixed together was making it really believable, because usually kids kill it because kids fucking kill the mood because they suck. They can't quite sell it. This little girl was selling it the whole time, man. So
did you just turn Australian?
Yeah, mate. That's not a knife.
Crikey.
I like Trevor Goddard in that old Bissell vacuum cleaner commercial, Kano. Remember the woman spilled a bunch of potting soil all over her carpet, and then Kano shows up out of nowhere. And he's like, I can clean that up for you, mate. And he pulls out the Bissell.
Stop ruining the good vibes for this movie by bringing up Mortal Kombat.
Hey, Kano died. He hung himself in his closet by a fucking belt, like you always say.
He's hanging by his neck in his fucking closet.
I think he shot himself, actually, but...
He should have killed himself by jumping into a volcano. Then it would have fucking been poetic. And it was that Kano died by jumping into a volcano.
All right.
Very giant.
Anyway,
Very giant.
So we'll go ahead and wrap up. I know you got a whole bunch of stuff. I think there's a Exploited coming out. I know there's a Mac and Zach coming out. Why don't you go ahead and pitch everything, Zach?
Exploited cinema. Fucking we did Class of Nukem High. It was fucking dank. And fucking we enjoyed it, baby. And fucking Mac and Zach, we did Road Trip. And it was fucking dank. And we enjoyed it, baby.
Rock on. And like I said, last week we put out Beethoven, and next week, what are we doing, Zach?
Fucking, I don't know. Fucking, we do the
Midnight
the Muppet movie he was in.
Let's do let's do something more light. If you want to do the Muppet movie, that would be fun. That'd be fun for me to watch because I haven't seen it since I was a fucking kid.
But isn't that the week after next? Because the next week we probably the fucking the Cinema Enema.
Okay.
This is the last week of the month.
Okay, and so all right, well, that's fine. So we're gonna do Cinema Enema. So we're gonna break it for a second, and we're gonna do Truman Show, right?
Truman Show, Big Giant.
So I gotta prep and I gotta watch that. All right, well that works. And just for future reference, I saw that Midnight Run is also on HBO Max, so you can watch that.
It's on Netflix, not HBO Max.
Oh, whatever, same difference.
It clearly isn't.
Yeah, HBO Max is far superior. But that's all we got. I just want to remind everybody, if you guys are on YouTube watching this video, please like the video, subscribe to us if you dug what you heard, and also follow us on podcast free feeds. We're everywhere you want to be on that. That's how I like to do personally. And be sure to please
show us your dick.
What is that? What's that meme you always keep sending? I showed you my dick. Respond. What is it?
Exactly.
What does it say? What's that picture?
That's it.
I showed you my dick. Answer me.
Oh, it shows my dick. Answer me. Okay, so
I've seen a lot of those. It's so funny.
We all showed you our dicks tonight, so please answer us.
I've seen like those like real life fucking like from people I know. It's so stupid.
Leave us feedback in all the podcast services as well. I think it originated from an original picture, right? Wasn't it like an original?
Right.
You think the person that originally did it and made it a meme was doing it ironically, or were they completely serious?
He's like, oh, fuck, this is awkward. Yeah, I did it on purpose.
All right, and last but not least, if you're done with the dick talk, you guys can support us on Patreon if you wish to do so. $2 a month, you get early access to all the shows. Mac and Zach do exclusive shows on there. Zach and I are doing Ash vs. Evil Dead slowly but surely, the entire series over there. And there's an abundance of other content over there as well. And it also supports us and helps us out. We also have a Teespring if you guys want to rock some swag and also help us out. They always kick us back a healthy portion. I think we need to put out a couple new designs. I know we've talked about it in the last month or two, but I think we should actually pull the trigger on it. It'd be fun. Get some interest in it. We could talk about it a little bit. And I think we should actually promote the stream shit. Assuming everything's good now, Zach or Mac, someone talk about the streaming and how we're going to be utilizing more platforms and all that shit going forward.
We got multi-stream now, so it'll stream to like all the shit while at the same time.
Yeah, and obviously the goal there is to diversify and just grow the channel and the unit as a whole, and also just to protect us. You know, if YouTube decides they don't like us anymore, I mean, they already don't like us, they demonetize everything. But if they decide they just want to wipe our channel out, because anybody that puts all their eggs in a basket is stupid, especially if you're one of these YouTubers that has millions and millions and millions of subs and they're all crying like bitches when their shit gets taken down. You're a dummy. So this way we can hopefully build the Twitch and we can build the Facebooks and the socials, and all that stuff can sort of help each other. And hopefully it'll be a great investment. And this time next year we can say, oh man, look at our user base tripled, right? And maybe we're actually getting some monetary kickbacks and all that stuff, you know, because, and maybe the Twitch audience will be totally separate from the Facebook audience. Maybe all that will be totally separate from the YouTube audience. But hopefully, even if 10% of people from Twitch find us on YouTube or vice versa or whatever, that's a huge win. So I'm stoked for it. So
we need to start our Pornhub account
and link it. Can we stream on Pornhub? Can we just stream our podcast?
We're gonna use that to show our dicks.
I don't think Streamlab lets you. That's not one of the options. I saw all the options on there.
We're gonna have our dick measuring contest, a special stream.
They even had like Periscope on there. Does anybody use Periscope anymore? That was a thing for like a month.
Down Periscope.
Hey, did you guys see that Creepshow returns in September?
Who cares? I didn't like that first season, so I didn't even watch the second season.
Really?
I thought it was just
You didn't like the first episode. You didn't watch the first season at all.
I watched 2 or 3. I watched the one up to I watched the first 2 at least, and I didn't like any of them. So, you know, I didn't continue.
They are mediocre at best.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
It wasn't my thing. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and head out. And hopefully, like I said, if you're listening to this as of its posting, like I said, tune in Friday. We'll be streaming. Hopefully, anywhere you want to see us, Twitch, Facebook, and also we should be doing it as well Sunday. We're going to try and go for this twice a week schedule and see what we can do, see what kind of growth can happen. But anyway, that's all we got. Thank you guys for all joining. Bye puppets.
Bye mannequins.
I did a come.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore, a slasher with a knife and the girl next door, and 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye puppets, Zach Pete and a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's loving, Josh's Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye bye puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.
I did a big come.